Hello, a warm welcome to all the teachers who have joined me today for this teacher training session. I'm Darshana Dabke, your facilitator for Little Me. Little Me is an integrated approach to preschool learning. This is how this series is known for. This is one of its kind premium series for pre-primary, which is catered to nursery, junior KG and senior KG. I will be taking you through a journey with me to understand Little Me in depth. Now, when we talk about early years, we see children at this age where they begin to enter the exciting world of symbols, numbers, letters, words from a book or maybe from their surroundings. They are dealing with complex processes of learning to read and write, expect wide varieties in ability levels, from readers, phonic textbooks, and different things. They still depend very much on concrete experiences to continue to learn with their whole bodies. They love to touch, taste, feel, smell, explore, watch, and wonder. Games from the student kids. They interpret what they see, what they hear, and experience in literal ways. They enjoy listening to stories and retelling or reenacting them, listening to what preschoolers have common. They have an increasing attention span, but still they do not sit in one place. The integrated curriculum approach in foundational years. This has been advocated by the new policy, the new education policy. And many eminent personalities in this field of preschool education have said that learning cannot be done in isolation. It needs to be interdisciplinary and integrated. An integrated curriculum is about making significant connections between subjects or skills that are usually addressing several different subject areas, integrating the curriculum that can also improve the learning experiences. An integrated approach to learning is designed to focus on learning with the curriculum. It focuses on making connections among concepts and experiences so that informations and skills can be applied to novel and complex issues or challenges. In the foundational year, you can see that this is a very common factor seen in the classrooms. Now, what are the features of Little Me? I'm sure all of you have the Little Me sets with you and you have already been briefed about the features of the program. But I'm going to take you through this program once more with minute detailing. Number one, the most important feature is that it is age appropriate. The content in this series is absolutely age appropriate and designed by experts in this field. The concepts are integrated across subjects. It has adequate practice that is given in the books in form of meaningful activities. The illustrations are meaningful and very attractive. And above all, everything has notes that support teachers. Now you must have seen on every page these two characters, Ron and Ria. They are the most important features in this subject in each book. Now why Ron and Ria? If you observe keenly, they are of the same age group that the children are in your classroom. So it is very easy for the children to associate themselves with what they are seeing in the book or what they are going to study. Little Ron and Little Ria, they are there perpetually in every story, rhyme and every activity that is conducted in the book. Now Little Me comes in form of boxes like this. It are unique sets. There is a set for nursery, for junior KG and for senior KG. And above all, this is all done under the guidelines of NEP.
Check this.
So, did you have a quick sneak peek into the power packed year in a box? Yes, year in a box. Little Me is nothing but an integrated curriculum given in a box for the teachers, for the parents, and for the students. Now, what do you see on this box cover? You can see a yellow strip which has a QR to download the Little Me app and the UAC, the unique access code, which is also given along with it. Now, this content is already digital enabled. So, you have to scan the code and put in the unique access code, the UAC, to get access to the digital content. This is on the box. The box is very important. Keep that in mind. You need to tell the parents also about it because they are the ones who are going to download the Little Me app. Now, what is the app and the UAC integration? Now, you can see inside how there are steps given how this app can be downloaded. The steps are very easy, they are user friendly, and what you need to do is just install the app and then enter the UAC code, and then your access to the app begins. Now, what is there inside the app? Inside the app, you're going to see the digital content. This is how it looks. You have access to nursery, junior KG, or senior KG. Every pack, every standard, that is, example, if it is junior KG or senior KG, you have a different code, a unique code given. So, you will get access to only that particular grade, and that is how once you access and enter the grade, you will get the different avenues in it. It opens up to a new thing. So whether you want to access rhymes or stories or know about alphabets or rhymes, this is what the next step comes, which is shown on the screen as well. Why I'm showing you all this is because it is very important as teachers for you to orient the parents also. When you have Little Me orientation or when they have a problem, many parents might just come up to you and require your assistance and guidance to get the app. So these are very easy steps. All these steps are also given on the back cover of the box. So there is no hassle, but it's better that you understand the process as well. Now, Little Me is a 3-level preschool program that fulfills learning requirements of a school from nursery to junior KG to senior kindergarten. It takes care of all the annual requirements of the students, and the program ensures engagement to support all 3 participants or stakeholders. Number 1, students, because this kit is made for the students. For teachers, because teachers are the ones who are going to teach them. So all the teaching resources are provided in this kit. And parents, because parents work along with the teachers back home so that they can take enough practice at home and also be on the same page of what is done in the school. So, rightly said, all the stakeholders, that is students, teachers and parents, are benefited from this program. KSA, knowledge, skill and attitude. Learn to understand. The key concepts are explained through engaging visuals, real life scenarios that help children understand concepts in easy and engaging manner. If you open the book and see, all the illustrations are child friendly, they are very attractive, they are large, they reflect and apply. Each concept is followed with an activity. It's not that the concept is just taught and left away for the teachers to take it forward. The concept is explained very well, in depth, along with an activity that engages the student. And there is lot to share, connect and collaborate. The inbuilt games, puzzles, celebration material along with in-class activity suggestions given to the teachers provide ample opportunities to children to work together effectively. Collaboration is one of the very finest 21st century learning skill that is required in the classrooms today. Of course, NEP is there on every page of this content in Little Me. It's not just embossed on the cover and said that this is NEP integrated, but you will observe that everything is flexible, multi-level, and play-based. The activities are play-based. NEP focuses on play. That's very crucial in the early years. There are no hard separations of subject, that this is only math or this is only language and this is only general awareness. There is a blend of an integration of all the subjects very beautifully put forward in the books. I will explain you further as we go on and approach the sets. There is complete focus on holistic learning. There is importance given to conceptual understanding. It is very important to explain the concept in detail, and that concept needs to be taken further in form of activities and engagements. That's done very simply, in a very simplified way, from you can say from known to unknown. Concepts are scaffolded for the children according to their age levels. There is focus on assessments, formative. Why not? Every time there is a learning, it has to be evaluated. It is very important to understand where the child has reached, whether the child has understood the concept, whether the child needs repetition of the concepts. It's very important for the teacher to understand the status of understanding where the child is. And above all, as NEP says, that the focus should always be in rootedness and pride in India. Yes, if you see and read carefully, there is so much of visual that is there in the book, so much of content which associates the children to their surroundings, to their environment, something that they see very easily, something that they see in a garden, something that they see at a doctor's clinic. So this real life examples make children understand concept more easily because they can associate to them. Now let us focus on these three kids and understand what do these three kids have. The nursery kit has set of 9 books. What are these? English primer, English practice, mathematics primer, mathematics practice, general awareness primer, general awareness practice, rhymes and stories, drawing and coloring, and a book on patterns. The junior KG kit has set of 9 books. English primer, English practice, phonics, mathematics primer, mathematics practice, general awareness primer, general awareness practice, rhymes and stories, drawing and coloring. And finally, the senior KG kit is a set of 11 books. English primer, English practice, phonics, reader, mathematics primer, mathematics practice, general awareness primer, general awareness practice, drawing and coloring, rhymes and stories, and STEAM. I would like you to focus on 2 things that are repeating in all these 3 sets. The core subjects, that is English, math, and general awareness, have 2 books each, primer and practice. And then you have patterns book in nursery. In addition, when you shift to junior KG, you have phonics. From junior KG, when you're shifting to senior KG, there is addition of readers and a STEAM book. Now, why does a core subject need 2 books, primer and practice? Little Me is based on the concept of primer and practice. A primer book is where the concept is introduced, and a practice book is where the concept is taken further in form of activity. Let us understand the Little Me language program, which comes under literacy. So we have the primer and practice book. As I said, that the primer book focuses on concept. Practice is the next level. After you understand the concept is where you are applying your knowledge into an activity and making your concept more stronger. Then we have rhymes, patterns, stories, phonics, reader, and this is how in nursery and junior KG you are slowly scaffolding, and towards the end of senior KG your children are ready for pre-first. They are ready to step into the primary section. So this is a whole language program for English or language development in literacy. Now, what I'm going to take you through the books carefully, page one by one, and understand how we are going to apply the knowledge. Now, here you can see how the book looks from outside cover and one inside page. Now, generally in an alphabet book, what do you see? You just see there are alphabets written, and then there is tracing given, and there are 3 4 pictures given that okay, there is a and there is an apple, and then you associate, teach the children to associate with the sound and the letter. But here, if you see very keenly on the page, there you're giving 2 letters and asking them to identify one of it. So you're asking them to identify and sort and choose. So this is inside a practice book. This is how the activity for letter V is been given. So you have different images over there, and you're supposed to identify the image and then see whether it is associated with the letter. So you're not only teaching letter name, you're also teaching letter sound, you're also showing the association. And this is when the knowledge that is given in the classroom is applied on the sheet or applied in the book. And this is where you as a teacher can also do the assessment. What kind of assessment you'll do for this? Whether the child is able to recognize, whether the child is able to associate, whether the child can finger trace the particular letter, whether the child can, say it aloud in the correct tone, in the, and maybe you can have some games in the classroom on, you can have letter hunt over there and take this practice into next level. Similarly, there is an example. There is example given on a paper of some beads and how counting has to be done. Can this be done practically in your classrooms? Yes, of course. You have beads in your classroom. You have lots and lots of small resources in your classroom. You can teach the children to gather them, count them, sort them, also have them in different sets. You can also teach them patterning. So when you're doing a particular book, whether it is, for example, here on the screen you can see a sheet where there are different beads given of different colors and they're put together to form a necklace. So here the children are learning colors, they're learning how to count, they're also learning how to make sets, and further when they're learning concepts of tens and ones, they can also do it. So this is picture and number association along with it. General awareness, a beautiful pictorial book which speaks a lot. Here you can see an example from a junior KG book, primer book, where a concept is explained, and you can see 2 different images. In the image below, you can see there is a mother and there are 2 children and they are going to buy some vegetables. You can see the children are, Ron and Ria are along with their mother. Now, if you see how this is implemented in NEP, you can see the mother, she's shown a little bit in a modern attire. Maybe she's a working mom and she's taking the children along. You can see that the children can sit and identify different vegetables. In the picture above, you can see the, way the family is having fun and, everybody is playing. So this is visual learning. This is where the, children can associate that something that they are doing every day. Maybe, they're going with their mother or an aunt for shopping. There they can learn vegetables. It's not necessary that everything is learned in the book, but this is where visually whatever they have learned in the book, they are going to go back home and going to associate it. Maybe you can, as a teacher, conduct a mock market in your classrooms where you have different vegetables and you can ask the children to dress up like vegetable sellers, and you have your teachers or children from other grade coming in and buying these vegetables. This is how maybe you can have a outside engagement with children of other classroom. So this is how NEP encourages that whatever the children are learning can be integrated outside the classroom and also with hands-on activities. When you're talking about vegetables, instead of just showing them one vegetable at a time, maybe you can have vegetable printing, or maybe you can this is art integration. Or maybe you can ask them to sort different vegetables according to their size, their shape, their color. So this is math integration. You can ask them to you can keep three different types of peppers. So you can have green capsicum, then you can have a red bell pepper, you have a yellow bell pepper. The shape is same but the colors are different. So this is how hands-on activities can also be integrated along with this book. Patterns must for all the children who begin to learn how to write. So yes, instead of just giving them a plain sheet of paper and tell them to draw a standing line or sleeping line, and asking them to keep on tracing it over and over again, even when their pencil grasp is not ready. So here you can see an illustration where there are children who are flying kites. Now, of course, there is association of slanting lines that you're teaching here, but in a fun way, you can see the kite. They're going to talk about the kite, they're going to talk about the shape of the kite, and here you can see that not only boys are flying kite, you can also see a little girl flying a kite. So this is how these small images, these small learnings are introduced in Little Me on every page, as I mentioned earlier. Pattern writing. Now, the book that we have in pattern writing is fabulous. You just saw the image of, how the slanting lines are taught with the image of kite flying. And now you can see, is that enough for children? No, you can have engagements in your classroom, fun engagements. You can have sand trays. You can have, salt. In many schools, they have colored salts, colored sand. You also have these shampoo or detergent bags where the children trace, and you can have sandpaper letters which are cut, Montessori way of teaching. So yes, a lot of engagements along with the book, along with the practice in the book, will instill learning habits to the children. They will give them enough practice, and they will look forward for engagements in the book as well. Now when you're teaching them standing lines or sleeping line, instead of just giving them a crayon and telling them to just touch from one point to the other, why don't you give them some colored crayons and say, let's make a rainbow writing, and let them trace that particular standing line or sleeping line over and over again with different colors and make their own rainbow. Children will love doing that. These are small kind of engagements, a small kind of changes that you do in your teaching, and you will have your whole lot of children coming along and asking for more activities. STEM book. STEM, as it is the most innovative kind of learning in nowadays. Everybody is going in for STEM and STEAM activities. Now, what is STEAM? It stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. Why should that be taught in senior KG? Why can't that be taught later on? This is very essential to begin at this age, because we want to trigger the scientific temperament of the child. We want them to problem solve. We want them to think. We don't want them to give everything ready made in their hand and tell them that do this way. We do not want you to think. That is gone. That's an old method of teaching. Now we want them to be innovative learners, to be very curious. So you give them activities, and STEAM is the answer, the solution for that. Now, what is there in this STEAM book? There are simple engagements, simple activities that you can be done in the classroom or even at home by the parents, where simple resources are given to the children, and they are told to problem solve. They are told to think. When I say think, that is critical thinking, okay, and solve a problem. Okay, you can see one of the experiments over here where you're asking the children to build a bridge. The bridge, simple things are given to them, paper cups, some card paper, and a few things, and see whether the bridge can hold something, what weight the bridge can hold. Let them estimate, let them think, let them discuss amongst one another and come up with a STEAM challenge. STEAM challenges are something, you have play dates, right, for children. So have a STEAM day where you give these small engagements to the children and ask them to come up with something. You can give, this STEAM book is the best, one of the selected activities that are there which you can do, but you can go beyond it also. When you teach sink and float to the children, many schools do that. What we do, we just give them a tub and we give them some water and say, okay, whether this will sink and float, or we tell them rather that this is heavy, so this is going to sink, this is very light, so it's going to float. Don't give them the answers, let them experiment. Our little me you app also has a lot of these audio visuals which can be used to teach the children. The digital content is also there along with these books, so that is also very important. STEAM is there to stay. It is the subject of the day, and the generation next, new topics, new subjects are going to come. And when we start teaching these subjects at an early age, when the children grow up and they go to higher classes where they are learning physics, they are learning chemistry, the base for it, the thinking skills for it are developed right from the early years. So, STEAM is a must in this age. STEAM learning is something that is here to stay for long. Now, here you can see some beautiful images of STEAM learning where the children are involved and thinking, and beautiful activities. You can just give them different colors and ask them to explore and see that what happens when two colors are mixing. Can they come out? Can they make an art out of it? Things that are lying around in your classroom, think about it, that what kind of activity you can give, what kind of STEAM challenge you can give. Instead of asking the children to write down a lot of letters and numbers and practice numbers and ask them to write 10 times and 20 times, why don't you give them a STEAM challenge at home? Vacations around the corner, build up some activities, let them do them for their summer vacations, come up with the feedback, let them observe and learn. Rhymes. Which classroom in early years have you seen or heard that there is no sweet singing happening? Maybe it's morning time when you're greeting the children, or when they are going away, when there is time for dispersal. Rhymes and songs are a must in every classroom. Yes, we are teaching them the traditional rhymes of like Jack and Jill and Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars. These are traditional old rhymes. Along with that, you will see a lot of new rhymes in these series. Also, the stories that are there, you can see they are integrated. There's a lot of learning happening. Now, there is one story which is reflected over here, that UV celebrates Uttarayan. So this is how a kite festival UV is celebrating with his other friends. And if you watch keenly, this is rebus reading. This is for early emergent readers, where there are few images given. So this encourages the children to pay attention. Generally what happens, it's the adult who reads for the child, but here you can see that your child will be involved in reading and will learn to rebus read. UV celebrates Uttarayan. This you will find in junior KG, page number 35. There are many more excited stories like this. You can complement these stories with objects, with puppets, with charts, with voice modulation, and make it very engaging and very interesting for the children. When you're narrating a story, don't just read out the story to the child. Make it very exciting. Ask them, what do you think happens next? What is he doing? Picture read. Involve the children. Ask questions. Listen to them. Interact with them. This will keep them involved. This will make them think. And they are going to ask you to keep on reading this story over and over again, because children like repetition. You must have seen that many rhymes, the same line is repeated again and again. So why is that done in early years? This is where the children are learning to listen, learning to pronounce, learning the sounds, learning the pronunciations, learning voice modulations also. That's the reason you will see that the younger children in early years love repetition. So repeat your stories, repeat your rhymes, do it in the classroom, send it for homework, ask the parents to sit along with the children, do a read aloud, do rhyme time at home also. rhymes when they are walking or maybe traveling by car. Best way for language learning. Beautiful pictures of children smiling in the classroom, and whether it is circle time in the morning when you're greeting the children, what a beautiful way to begin and end the day with rhyme activities. Phonics, a program within itself, very essential, because this is when the children learn to read, learn to decode. We have beautiful phonics books which have flashcards, which have activities, which are simplified. Again, they are from simple to a higher level where there is critical thinking and problem solving. These activities are engaged in such a way that they are attractive in colors. There are coloring. It's not just monotonous writing or monotonous reading. Phonics book is very essential because this is where you are going to teach them how to pronounce, how to identify the phonic sounds, and join them and make graphemes. Eventually, when they go to simple emergent readers and read simple sentences with the CVC words, phonics is going to be very essential. Knowledge of phonics. So this is how. And of course, along with this, we have the digital content. So it's not only reading and practicing in the books, but it's also audiovisual. So, see, many of you are, when you were in schools, not all would sit on one place and read. Some would listen to music, some would pace around and, read a particular thing, because all of us are different kinds of learners. Some are musical smart, some are word smart, some are numerical, they understand numbers better. So, in this way, when you tap the MI of the child, that is multiple intelligence of the child, the activity becomes very interesting. So, whether you're going to teach them a rhyme through music or with a musical instrument, or maybe in a group singing, or you're, giving them different varieties of the same thing, or when you're teaching phonics, have some games in your classroom, use the flashcards which are given to you. So, this makes the activity interesting, and this is something that children look forward to. Reader. Now you saw how we are going from letters to understanding phonics, and now we are coming to readers. Now, why reader? You have already taught the children phonics. Now they are going to join, understand, and pronounce the words and see the letter sounds, make simple words through word families, and now they are going to apply their knowledge to read. That's when the reader comes in senior KG. We are teaching them simple sentences to frame sentences. You all must be having a show and tell in your classroom. So, what is this? This is an encouraging habit where you're making the children confident to speak. Maybe you give them a sentence starter. For example, I can. When you're teaching them consonants, when you're teaching them blends, you give them a initial sound. For example, bl or cl. And then say, okay, I'm beginning with this sound. Let me go on. Let us go in a circle and see how many more sounds or words can you figure out. Maybe you give them images and then tell them to say out the word, the initial sound or the blends. You can see a very beautiful engagement given in the book also, where the initial sound is highlighted so that it is easily identified by the child. Little children and drawing. Goes without saying. No classroom in early years is without scribbling, colors, and coloring books. Little Me also has its own set of coloring books. But yes, it's not just a coloring book where they are just supposed to scribble and going on and on. There's so much to learn. Now, here in this image, you can see in a junior KG book, a handprint is where the child gives on this particular branch given and forms a coconut tree. So when they are going to do that, they're going to learn so much more. It's sensory, right? They're going to apply color on their palm. They're learning the color. They're pasting the color. And above all, they can do it together as a group. They're going to feel it and create an art of their own. So it's not just a coconut tree, but they will learn so much more. Maybe you can show them a coconut tree in the garden outside and ask them, ask them questions like, is it tall? Is it short? what kind of fruit grows on coconut tree, and of course have general awareness in it. Now, when we talk about these different engagements, I've given enough examples to you which you must be already doing in your classroom. But now let me tell you that when it comes to auditory, visual, and kinesthetic style of learning, some children are just visual learners. You show them nice, colorful pictures and they'll pick it up. Some need that repetition, and some need movement. Now, here, just an example of how you can take an engagement over a week's time. You can see on day one, we plan and ask the children to bring different types of fruits to school. So every child carries one fruit. One child is Ron is carrying an apple, and Ria is carrying a mango, and Ananya is carrying an orange, and maybe Sheetal is carrying a custard apple. What they do when they come along in the circle time, you're going to discuss and ask them what they have got, and then on the next day you ask a teacher to mock dress and come like a fruit seller maybe, and have a drama teacher maybe come up dressed like a fruit seller and showcase them different flowers. Let the children exchange the fruits, let them hold it, feel the weight, smell it. Maybe you ask your class didis to cut and show them how the fruit looks from inside, how it looks from outside. Let them express, let them taste it. And then at the end, on the last day, you can have a closure with a rhyme and identification. Maybe you can have an I spy game in the classroom where you are saying that I spy with my little eyes something that is red and very sweet to eat but is whitish inside. Can you tell me which fruit it is? Or have these small rhymes or puzzles, or maybe you have a 4-piece puzzle, or you give them blank magic coloring, as you say, that the teacher already draws with wax and then ask the children to color wipe it and identify the fruit. So one single concept of introducing fruits over the week, almost every single day, you can take it up in different ways and make it interesting. You can have a teacher dressed up, you can have the children dress up, you can have a mock market, you can set up a grocery store, or a market, or where they're coming with their bags and they're shopping. You can also give them little kitchen activity where they make their own fruit salad and developing healthy habit, and also show them that how juice is made from fruits. It's endless. It's how you scaffold a particular topic and take it to the next level. Now, what comes along with the books? Initially, we told them that every set has set of 9 books, 11 books, etc. Now, what comes in addition to this book in this kit for the students is posters, flashcards, stickers, puzzles, games, and fun mat. So it does not end only with books. We have the primer and practice books. Additional to that, we have all these resources for the students. Now, any preschool teacher, she has loads and loads of challenges. She has to understand the age, capacity of the child, also have to understand and see every parent's expectation and the expectation of the child. She has to understand the retaining attention of the children, different behavior issues in the classroom. It's not possible that all children in the play school are going to listen to the teacher and sit quietly throughout the lesson. Children in preschools are dependent on their teacher for every small thing. They have hundreds and hundreds of questions to ask. Above all, not only teaching, not only maintaining classroom behavior, but there's a biggest challenge for the teachers to do up her classroom and to maintain logs. Yes, to maintain logs. So what kind of teacher support are we giving to you? This is what comes from us to you, a teacher handbook. For teacher support, we are giving teacher handbook, flashcards, which you can teach while introducing concepts or maybe as games, posters to put up in your classroom. We are also giving you digital support, especially for the teachers. There are games, there are stickers, appreciation stickers, worksheets, puzzles, fun mat, and appreciation certificates. Out of these three are most important. One is a teacher handbook that comes along with lesson plans. Two is a whole lot of worksheets for you. Now, why do you need worksheets? We already have a primer book which has activities and concepts. We already have a practice book which has a lot of activities. Then, why do you need additional worksheets? Worksheets are for recap, worksheets are for assessments, worksheets are used for homework, worksheets are used as challenges. You must be having children in your classroom who finish their activity very fast and they get bored very soon. You know why? Because that particular engagement has not challenged that child. So you give them something one notch higher. This is where the worksheets can come in. You can put these worksheets in plastic, covers and use reusable plastic coated, worksheets which can work as dry erase boards, or laminate them so they can be used over and over again. The same worksheets can be sent home for homework, for weekend homework, or maybe in the vacations. Many a times you must have heard, when the child goes to grade 1, that the child has forgotten everything that was done in a month back, because that one long month of vacation the child has forgotten the concepts. So maybe as recap you can use the worksheets also. So the worksheets are given to you. It's up to you how you explore them, as an extended activity, as homework, as a recap activity, or simply as a fun activity or fun engagement. And the cards and the posters, you can put it up in your classroom, or you can have these games where the children are playing interactive. That's also a very beautiful form of assessments. So you can see how the child is acting in a group. And the most important is the appreciation certificates. Now, what are these appreciation certificates? You have parent teachers meeting, you have some events in your classroom, and you feel as a class teacher you need to applaud that child, you need to applaud that parent who comes for every PTAs, who is an attentive parent. You have organized a grandparents day and you want to give that small token of appreciation to the grandparents. You have a child who has been writing very neatly, or a child's behavior has changed over the time, is listening to you. So these certificates for appreciation are very simple. They are available, given to you in the app. You just need to print them and hand it over to the students or to the parents or to the grandparents, wherever you need. You don't have to worry, what do you do? How do you acknowledge these people in your classroom? All of these engagements, the worksheets or the audiovisuals that are engaging, which you can use in the classroom also, and the certificates come to you digitally. They either are given to you via pen drive, or a link is shared to you so that you can download. The link is shared to your school. You can easily download and use as many as you want to. So this is an additional support that is given to you. This is how colorful and beautiful the appreciation certificates look like. You can see some concepts given here: super dancer, best speaker, healthy lunch, for grandparents day, for sports day, and for the most encouraging parent. Many certificates are given to you, different varieties, which you can print and keep in your classroom and use them for all events. And appreciations work as miracles. This is how the worksheets look like. The worksheets are in black and white only because it's easy to print and color. This is only for visual effect. Over here I am showing you a colored worksheet. The worksheets come in black and white. These worksheets can be used, as I said, as an extended activity or as assessments also. Now, when we talk about an integrated approach that gives children an opportunity to see and experience learning in a meaningful, as a whole thing, is by cultivating curiosity in challenges. When your child learns to see connections between math, language, art, or any other areas of knowledge, that child is more likely to start looking for connections on its own. That sparks the curiosity that will make the child open up the learning path, and this is how the child grows. This is how the child engages. Now, classroom planning is a very, very important part of education and behavior management. An effective classroom planning will keep you organized as a teacher and track while teaching. It will allow you to teach more. Planning for the year. Mostly in the vacations, many parents feel, what are the teachers doing in the vacations? They are sitting and they are planning for the whole year. They are breaking up lessons, planning events across the months, weeks, and days. Whether it is settling period, or whether it is some competition, or whether it is a parent teacher meeting, a grandparents day, a sports day, all is meticulously planned, and every lesson is planned. Yes, you teachers know how difficult it is to plan lessons. When you sit together as a group and plan activities for the year, it's very, very difficult to think of something new, something innovative, something that, which is easy, accessible, quick, where the concept is understood, and above all, fun. Fun for your children, fun to teach, and fun to learn. Here we have the solution for you. In the teacher handbook, we give you a complete 36-week lesson plan in detail for all core subjects. Now, why 36 weeks? Because throughout the year, you have academic days and you have non-academic days. So, when we talk about academic days, we are talking about 36 weeks of lesson plans. Now, each week is divided into 4 days. Now, why 4 days and not the 5th day? Because that we keep as a buffer. Buffer for recap, buffer for you to rework. Maybe some child has missed. It's very essential to have a buffer day. So, out of these 36-week plan, you will see that you have maths, English, and general awareness. These are the core subjects, and this is how it is divided into week 1, week 2, week 3 till week 36. So, all that is in the book is given to you how it has to be taught in the classroom. Now, very important thing, the entire kit is very flexible. These plans are very flexible. What do you need in a lesson plan? You need an energizer. You need the main content, and you need a closure activity. Now, how do you do the main, introduction to a concept? That can be through a rhyme, through a story, through an activity. The main content is what is given in the primer book. How do you close the activity? The activities are given in the primer book. Additionally, you have worksheets also. So this way, there is complete breakup of all the concepts given in the books into these 36-week plans. Now here you can see a weekly plan for nursery, how it is given, even the time slot is given, because some schools have 30 minutes period, some have 45 minutes periods, some schools have a block period. So accordingly, flexibly, you can, tweak the lessons and have them. You begin your, every day with a morning message or a welcome message, or whether you have a weather reading or you have a circle time. Then you take one activity, move on to the next in the next hour, give them food and nutrition break, the snack break, and you close the day. Generally, the early years are around 3 to 3.5 hours. This is how the lesson plans have been divided and bifurcated. We've done nursery, junior, and senior KG. Now suddenly, how did I get play school? Yes, we also have a set for play school, for play group. But this is based on thematic learning. This is not based on KSA learning and is not digitally, equipped. So the Little Me for junior KG, senior KG, and nursery is digitally equipped. is also having resources, but we also have this small set of play school which has a set of 11 books and 11 topics, and they are all thematic based. So you have myself and my belongings, alphabets, farm, park, school, numbers, rhymes, at the market, at the zoo. So this is something which is very basic, very simpler. The images in these books are larger. The concepts are very simple because the children are just getting ready into early years. This is their first stepping stone. So these books are very simplified. So, along with this session, I think I have made it clear that a holistic program, an integrated program, is what Little Me is all about. It is the entire year packed up in a book, in a box, which is easier to implement in the classrooms for the teachers because it's hand holding the teachers through teacher training that I'm giving you right now. Also, you have digital compliances in this where you have resources, you have worksheets, you have certificates. We have additional teacher handbooks given to you, and also you have charts and certificates and rewards, the stickers that you can give your little ones in the classroom as appreciation. Back home, the parents also get the students kits, so they can also use the charts and flashcards in their homes to teach the child, interact with the child, read to the child. And for the child, it's a whole program which has the student kit and the books. What else will any early years teacher ask for? Everything is simplified and comes in a box. Nanotechnology, that's what we say, isn't it, nowadays? So, I come to the end of today's session. I hope I have been able to explain you the concepts or how Little Me is progressing from one book to the other, and how the resources are adding that extra shine for teaching. We just want you as a teacher to give your full concentration to teaching in the classroom and enhancing the concept and enjoying more teaching time with your learners, and not worry about the lesson plans and the certificates and what to do and how to do. We've made all arrangements for you. Hold a nice orientation for your parents. Explain them how Little Me is an entire year that is integrating all subjects and is in sync with NEP, which is the requirement of today, so that we can prepare the students of tomorrow. With Little Me, your children are going to be ready for grade 1 seamlessly. Signing off from Chetna Education, this is Darshana Dabke. You can get in touch with us on inquiry@chetnaeducation.com. Please do share your feedback. We look forward to meet you soon. Thank you.